What's going on, everyone? Today is November 4th, the first day of free agency, and we got a lot to talk about because things are heating up pretty quick this offseason for the Yankees and all around the major leagues. So I apologize for being late. I'm trying to get Chris to flash in the stream, but we're having technical difficulties, so hopefully he can join us at some point. But I don't want to keep you waiting. So before we start, let's do a roll call real quick. Let's get into some comments. JJ, what's up, JJ? I see you, brother. JJ got a lot to say. We're going to get into all of this. He said, hello, Jason. I didn't like that Garrett Cole came back. I want the younger, better Corbin Burnes instead. The Yankees were out, but Cashman's stupidity broke Cole back in. Well, JJ, we're going to get into that. Let's get into some of the topics first, and we'll talk about that stuff. But first, I want to talk about Joe Kelly talking trash about the Yankees, man. This dude is off the rocker. My man really took that Joe Kelly fight club to the head. So he went on Instagram and he did like a post-game interview, I think, talking crap about the curse of Fat Joe or whatever. And he was talking about pretty much basically that the Yankees freaking suck, that they knew they would beat them, that all they had to do was play clean baseball and they'll beat themselves. He said that out of all the teams who made it to the postseason, that the Yankees should have ranked last. So let's see what Joe Kelly has to say.
Get-go. Like, we had a playoff re-ranking. Like, they might be ranked 8th or 9th best playoff team. You know what I mean? Like, you're putting the Padres ahead of them. You're putting the Phillies ahead of them. You're putting the Mets ahead of them. You're putting the Braves ahead of them, and the Braves just got unlucky because they had to play that doubleheader. You're putting, I mean, the Guardians played like crap, but the Guardians played better baseball around. Like, it was just a complete mismatch, and it's kind of the same feeling from 2018 when we had to go play the Dodgers. Like, the Red Sox were just a way better team. So all we knew is that we just had to play regular Dodger baseball. We didn't have to play out of our butts. We didn't have to do anything crazy, and we were going to win the World Series. It's facts. Like, just look at the team, look at the talent. Re-rank the teams, and they're ranked 8th, and they played against the number 1 seed. So, but like I said, everyone knew. I mean, we pay attention to every single detail. You know, we have a lot of big superstars in our clubhouse, but the superstars also care and aren't lazy.
Wow, man, I don't know what he meant by that. That they have superstars, but they don't play lazy and they play hard. So I'm assuming he's saying that the Yankees play lazy and they don't play hard. Which I mean, look, man, fuck Joe Kelly. To be honest, screw that guy, man. That dude's talking a lot of craziness. The man speaks truth, says Foucault. Look, he doesn't speak truth, honestly. I mean, because some of that maybe, yeah, but as far as Yankees being ranked last out of all the teams in the postseason is preposterous, man. That's not factual at all. And honestly, I was disappointed. Like, why did he have to go say that? Honestly, I hope that the front office, the Cashman and the Yankees, Hal Steinbrenner, they see this and it lights a fire under their asses to make some big moves, because that's crazy, man. That players are coming out and just saying it blatantly that they had the Yankees number, that they knew the Yankees were going to beat themselves, and all they had to do was show up and pretty much play baseball. So let me know what you guys think, because honestly, I didn't like what he said, and I hope next time they play them, they hit him they hit the dude, man. Now, I'm not going to say that. I don't want them to hit him, but I hope that this really, really ignites some fire and some passion in the Yankees. Even though I know they're already upset, but this should really piss them off and really make them want to like stick it to the Dodgers, especially the Dodgers, and especially Joe Kelly. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments. Let's move on to the next topic, which is Cole. Some news about Garrett Cole, Gleyber Torres, and Juan Soto. So the Yankees are busybodies on the first day of the free agency. Garrett Cole, originally he opted out of his contract, and I guess he opted back in. And it's funny because I really feel like the Yankees called this bluff. That's what I think happened. I feel like they opted out, and the Yankees were like, well, you know, we got a guy named Corbin Burnes on the market. We got a Blake Snell. We got all these these pitchers, because the free agency this year got a lot of aces. You got Max Fried out there, and we'll get into all of that. But I feel like they pretty much called Cole's bluff, and they were like, you know what? Go ahead, walk. We'll use that money and put it somewhere else. And then he was like, oh, well, you know, and they were like, oh, come back, but we're not going to give you that extra year, $36 million. So he came back, which makes sense. And I'm glad to see Cole back. JJ did not want Cole coming back. If you read the comments, he was hoping that they'll let him walk and they'll go ahead and sign Corbin Burnes, which I wouldn't be mad at. But the thing is, if we let Cole walk, there's no guarantee that Corbin Burnes even wants to play here or that we don't get outbid by somebody. So I think the Yankees went with the sure bet because the last thing you want is to end up without an ace. And Garrett Cole's still good. Look what he did in the postseason, man. The dude's a stud. He pitched like an ace. 4 more years on the contract. I think we're gonna still get ace like Garrett Cole even towards the end of the 4 years. I know a lot of people probably pissed off because they wanted to get Corbin Burnes, and that's still not off the table. But look, after the performance that he had in the World Series, with the exception of that one ground ball, which, I mean, whether you want to put the blame on Rizzo or Garrett Cole, it doesn't. Hold on. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. I think they both have some blame to go around. So Juan Soto gets a qualifying offer from the New York Yankees for $21.05 million, which of course he turned that down. You know, that's just formalities. That's just something they have to do. And especially with Juan Soto, because you know that he's going to go to free agency and he might leave. So they give him the qualifying offer so that way, if he does go to another team, we get a draft pick. Plain and simple. But that's just a formality. Now with Gleyber Torres, it's a little bit different because we made Gleyber the qualify. We didn't give Gleyber a qualifying offer. And the reason we did it, because he probably would have took it. And I think the Yankees don't want to pay that much for Gleyber. They don't want to pay $21 million for Gleyber. They don't think he's worth it. And the Yankees are moving on from Gleyber. I mean, there's still a possibility that he could sign back with the Yankees, but he's definitely not getting $21 million. So they did not give him the offer. And let's see what happens with Gleyber, because look, Gleyber's a good player. Gleyber's he's a good player, but he has, during the season, he's gonna have like he loses focus, I feel like. Especially last year, the first half of the year, he really, really, really struggled. But the second half, he came alive and did his thing. Gleyber's one is that, I don't know, it's all up to him. I feel like when he's on top of his game and he's focused, he could really, really help a team. His defense, I know he's probably the worst defensive second baseman, but I don't think it tells the whole story. Because like I said, when he's playing well, he plays well on both sides of the field. He plays well on offense and defense. And we saw some of that in the postseason, with the exception of that ball that got thrown into him, and he kind of tried to scoop it up and missed the ball, and Shohei Ohtani went to third. But besides that, he played outstanding this postseason, and I wish him the best. Gleyber Torres is look, he will be forever loved with the Yankee fans, I think. And I'm speaking for myself, so I'll always give him props. He had a good run with the Yankees, and it's unfortunate that it didn't work out. But I hope the man gets paid. I hope he takes care of his family and gets a good contract. I could see him going maybe to the Mariners. The Mariners need some offense, and they could use a second baseman like Torres. So I think that would be a good fit for him. But we'll see. We'll see. We will see. So let me know what you think. Should we have given Gleyber the qualifying offer? I think he would have took it, honestly. I think he would have took it if we gave it to him. So that's why I think the Yankees were like, you know what? Let's not even extend this offer because he'll mess around and take it, and then we're stuck with him. And I don't believe they want that. But Juan Soto he's about to get paid. The man's about to get paid. So let's go into the next topic, which is how do we fill these holes? How do we fill these holes in the Yankees roster? How do we fill them? because we're gonna have a lot of holes. Look, right now we don't. I mean, I guess Judge is the right fielder, but we're missing two outfielders, one possibly two. We don't have a first baseman. Jazz Chisholm, I guess I'm assuming will play second. We don't have a third baseman, and we have a ton of pitching that we need. So, what do you guys think? Who do you guys think would be a good first baseman? First baseman's out there. You know, we got guys like Pete Alonso, guys like who else is out there? Christian Walker out there. Let's look at Pete Alonso. So Pete Alonso, hold on, let me fix my screen here. All right, Pete Alonso, that's a possible target for first base, especially if we don't sign Soto. If we don't sign Soto, oh, let me bring in Chris. Chris is here, man. Chris, let me bring you in, dude. You got me here by myself. Let's get Chris in the chat. Oh, he disappeared now. I don't know what's going on with that thing. I have no idea what's going on with that. But anyway, let's continue. So Pete Alonso, I think, look at his numbers, right? 34 home runs, only 88 RBIs, 3 stolen bases. He batted .240. The on-base percentage of .329, a OPS of .788. And for the money that he's asking for, he's a right-handed bat in Yankee Stadium, and we know how that is. I think that we should not get Pete Alonso. Even if we don't get Soto, I think we stay away from Pete Alonso. I don't see the Yankees doing it. I feel like at that point we'll just let Chris is trying to join the stream. That's why I'm looking on there. We'll let one of our younger guys like Ben Rice take over. And I think that's what they should do. But you also have guys like Christian Walker. Christian Walker's a good candidate. I mean, his numbers are even, to me, just a little bit better than Pete Alonso's. Not too much different. But he's the same kind of player, you know, a right-hander, Yankee Stadium, 26 home runs, 84 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. So you're not going to get speed from him. But at least you get some power numbers. Average 251, on-base percentage 335, OPS 803. On-base percentage is not bad, but I think the Yankees, they should probably, I mean, look, any of these pickups will be good, but I think they should better allocate that money to a different position and give somebody like Ben Rice. I don't want to see Cabrera playing first every day or Birdie, so let Ben Rice do it, man. Put him in there, and if he's struggling, maybe by the All-Star break, then you go in the trade market and pick up a first baseman. I'd like to get Nathaniel Lowe from the Rangers, but I don't even know if they're willing to deal him at this point. So that's Christian Walker. Let me bring these talking points back up. So we got so many holes. You know, we got the third base hole. And the more I look at Alex Bregman, the more I think, you know what? That might be a good fit for the Yankees. Look at these numbers, right? His WAR is crazy, too. He has a good WAR, but 26 home runs, 75 RBIs, 3 stolen bases, 250 average, on-base percentage 316, OPS 768. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Bregman is a good fit with the Yankees? Do you think Yankee fans would accept him? I think they would. Look, Bregman he's very clutch, and he has championship pedigree. I think he will fit in New York, but will they actually do it? I'm not sure. I really don't. I don't think so, but at this point, we need a third baseman. So I feel like the Yankees either got to go out there and get a first baseman and then play one of the younger guys, one of our prospects at third, or maybe Cabrera or somebody, or get a third baseman and then go with Ben Rice or somebody on first, especially if we sign Soto, because there's not going to be enough money out there, especially if we sign Soto. So Alex Bregman, though, I think he'll be good. I could just picture him in New York in pinstripes. He's a clutch hitter. He's a great hitter. Let me get to some of these comments real quick. I don't want to get too behind. JJ Jelani says, Jason, I want Cole Burnes. Let's put this away. He says, I want Cole Burnes, Paul Skeens, Dylan C. You want everybody, though, JJ. That's the problem. You're not being realistic. You can't just trade Carlos Rodon. Nestor Cortez, he has that injury. Nobody's gonna want him. Marcus Stroman, I believe his contract too. You can't just trade him. Spencer Jones, now we're talking. To make that happen. I don't think what you're willing to trade for what you want to get is not gonna happen. And if we sign these players, man, then you can pretty much kiss Soto goodbye. Rafael Devers for third base. If Red Sox would trade him to the Yankees, or maybe he is a free agent. He's not a free agent. He signed a long contract with the Red Sox, and they are not getting rid of Rafael Devers. I can tell you that much. If anything, they're trying to add to their roster. All right. JJ says, what do you do with that sloth called Giancarlo Stanton? You don't do nothing, man. You let him be a sloth all year and get into the postseason and let him become Babe Ruth. That's what you do. Foucault. This is the Dodger fan, man, right here. My man Kike straight destroyed Fat Joe and the Yankees, too. Yep. Ozempic Joe. Yeah, man, I'm going to tell you right now, though. All right, y'all talking way too much. Y'all better humble yourselves, because baseball is one of those sports. If you don't be humble, it will get you. It's going to get you. So stay humble. Be humble. Joe Kelly's the Dodgers version of Yankees Jazz Chisholm, trash talker. I think he's worse than Jazz. Because Joe Kelly be talking fighting words. Jazz just be trolling. Joe Kelly really be talking fighting words. But he's about that life, though. We know that, man. We know that. All right. The man speaks truth. Yeah, whatever. He don't speak that much truth. Yeah, he's doing you guys a favor. He's doing this. He's gonna get himself drilled with a pitch. I'm not sure you heard what Kike said during the parade about the series. Kike he was talking a lot of shit too. He was talking a lot. I'm telling you, y'all look, be humble. That's all I'm gonna say. Be humble. Take your chances. Take it with class, man. Y'all acting like y'all never been there before. That's the difference with the Yankees. Not these Yankee players, obviously, but act like you've been there before. Have class, because I'm telling you, baseball is one of those sports. If you don't respect the game won't respect you. It will get you. I believe in karma. As long as Hal makes a boatload of money from naive fans like myself, nothing will change. Stop buying Yankees merchandise and boycott games at the stadium. That would teach Hal a lesson. I feel you, JJ, but look, there's too many. It's not going to happen. Yankee Stadium and the Yankees is pretty much a tourist attraction. Like, people go there. A lot of times people at the games are not even from New York. They're not even Yankee fans, and they go and buy jerseys, hats just to go to Yankee Stadium. So I doubt that's going to happen. Let's get to some of these new guys. You think Soto stays with the Yankees? Gut feeling? My gut feeling is, I don't know, it changes. I'm going to be honest. It changes day to day. Today, I feel good about it. Yesterday, I did not feel good about it. But I'm feeling good about it today because I feel like Hal knows he has to bring this man back. And I don't care what they say. There's 11 teams out there. Look, there's not 11 teams that can afford him. There's probably 4 or 5. I think the Giants, Dodgers, Phillies, Yankees, Mets. I know they're talking about Toronto. He's not going to Toronto. I can't see that happening. And in Toronto, they have the money, but they don't have the money like that. All these other teams are just driving up the price. Just making them more expensive. I don't see him going over there, though. I do not see him going over there. Well, let's get to some more of these right here. Hold on. All right. We got but Fat Joe. All right. Whatever. All right. So those are all the comments right there. So yeah, I mean, we got holes to fill. There's no doubt about it. We have holes to fill. But I got some theories on things that we can do to make it to fill all of these holes. So I got a little lineup of players. Give me 1 second, see if I can pull this thing up. Pull this away. All right. Computer's acting slow. Well, I mean, what do you guys think about Christian Walker, to be honest? I think Christian Walker, he'll be good in New York too, but like I say, he's another righty bat, but I don't see the Yankees getting him either. I think the Yankees are gonna stick with what we got, and I think we're gonna go out there and get Juan Soto. And that's just gonna be it. We're gonna get Juan Soto, and we're gonna have to live with some prospects on the field and probably trade a couple people. But I don't think they're gonna sign much more than Juan Soto. There's not enough money. Howe is not gonna go over that $300 million mark. So that's the thing. You know, if we sign Juan Soto, we got to live and die with that. You're not gonna have much more than that. But if we don't sign him, then we might be able to bring 2 or 3 players over here. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to do. All right. So I was trying to put hold on a second. Start this feed. All right. Let's see. We got some more comments. Any comments in there? JJ says someone reported Scott Boras asking $59 million per season for 14 years for Juan Soto. Is it just rumors? Look, I wouldn't be surprised. They already said it is out there. $700 million contract. If that was out there, I'm sure Scott Boras was behind it. So I don't think that's the starting point. I don't think it gets that far. I'm thinking 600 is the max. That's what I think. I don't think teams are going to pay more than that. That's just my opinion. If they do, 650 will probably be the most. But there's no way they're giving this man $700 million because it's just going to set a precedent for the next big free agent to come, and it's going to drive the price on these players through the roof, and many teams can't afford it. They can't, and a lot of teams are not going to want to go over that luxury tax threshold because that's just more money for these small market teams. So that's what Howe doesn't want to do. That's what you guys got to understand too. So yeah, the Yankees got all the money, but let's say we go ahead and spend $350 million. You're pretty much spending $400 million at that point, because the $50 million over 300, you could double it because you're gonna have to pay dollar for dollar for the luxury tax, and all that money goes to these smaller market teams. So they're getting paid hand over fist for doing nothing, for not even putting a good team out there or anything, or even trying to win. So that's why I don't think Howe goes over that 300 mark. Just not gonna do it. Just not gonna do it. Let's put that away. Get the lower third. So we got, I mean, there's a lot of players out there. You got Alex. What about Santander? I keep hearing a lot about this. If we don't get Soto, they could go ahead and get Anthony Santander. Is it possible? I mean, look, anything's possible at this point. He got some good numbers though. 44 home runs. Is it just a fluke? Can he do that again? I'm not sure. 102 RBIs, only 2 stolen bases. The average though, man, like I'm big on average. I don't like the 235. On base percentage is 308. When you look at numbers like this, right? Yeah, he's a great player. But when you look at Soto's numbers, when you compare that and then look at Soto's numbers, look at that on base percentage. 419. 419. This man had, I think, 129 walks this year. 129 walks. OPS of 988, just shy of 1.0. Like it's not even, look, Juan Soto, I know a lot of people, especially JJ, they were like, oh, well, don't give him that money. Look, he's worth the money. He's worth the money, guys. He's worth it. This kind of player has not come along in a very, very long time. People saying, oh, he's not Shohei Ohtani. Yes, I understand that he doesn't pitch. But he's 26 years old. And he's clutch. I mean, just look at his at-bats and everything. He's worth it to me. And Shohei, look, the Dodgers too, for the Dodgers fans watching this, you guys, like, yeah, Shohei pitches, but he got to manage both of those things. So when he's pitching, that takes a lot of at-bats away from him. So you see his numbers now, I don't expect it to be that good next year if he's pitching. It's not like he plays and he's going to bat every day and then pitch. I'm pretty sure he's going to need a day to let his body rest or something. Because even though he's not pitching when he's batting, he's still exerting a lot of energy. So I'm thinking possibly Alex Bregman. I know a lot of people want Teoscar Hernandez. But Teoscar Hernandez, I don't know. He had a great year last year. He's a good player. But to be honest, I don't want none of these Dodger players. If it ain't Shohei, Mookie, or Freddie Freeman, I don't want none of them. It's just gonna remind me of last year, of the World Series that just ended. But Teoscar Hernandez is another player that people are talking about. 33 home runs, 99 RBIs, 12 stolen bases, 272 average, 339 on base percent. I didn't even realize that he did this good this year. He did good. And then let's look at Glaber. Do we bring Glaber back? Look, 15 home runs, 63 RBIs, 4 stolen bases. Man, I don't know where his power went, but those numbers are not it. That is not it. 257 average. A lot of that was just the first half of the season was terrible. The second half, he did much, much better. But I think that he's going to move on. The Yankees are moving on from Glaber. They're moving on from Glaber. Another play out there, Tyler O'Neill. Left field. Could play outfield. If we don't get Soto, you know. I'm just thinking, these are just the names that are out there. Tyler O'Neill, left field. Dominguez, center. Judge, right. Chisholm, second. You know, maybe Ben Rice first. Volpe, short. Third baseman, Alex Bregman. If we could get a third baseman like that, that's not bad either. You got to think about the plan Bs because it's not always going to look, it's not guaranteed that Soto's coming back. Not at all. And as every day passes, it gets a little more scarier. He starts feeling more distant. And I'm not sure if you saw his Instagram post the other day. I was trying to record it, but I couldn't. But he posted an Instagram story, and in the story it just shows his back. He's walking towards his cars. And the song he was playing was a Daddy Yankee song. And it has a West Coast beat. And it starts with Daddy Yankee saying, Daddy Yankee, yo. And then it goes, West Side. And I was like, whoa, what are you trying to say, bro? Like, I feel like he's throwing subliminals with that West Side stuff, man. And remember, he was with the Padres, so maybe he likes the West Coast. Maybe he's flying over there right now to meet with teams. I know the Giants will offer him a lot of money. But if he goes to the Giants, that's a big mistake on his part. Unless he just cares about money, because his numbers are going to decrease. His home runs are going to go down way. It's going to go down a lot because that park is just huge, especially right field. And it's crazy because Barry Bonds played there and has so many home runs. Imagine if he played in Yankee Stadium. Probably would have hit 100 home runs. Just saying. So I don't think he'd go to the Giants, but who knows? Everybody keeps saying that it's all about the money with him. And I believe it's about the money, but I think he did enjoy his time with the Yankees. and it's all up to How. How has to at least match it. If not outbid someone else by a little bit. It's gonna be hard when you got to do like Steve Cohen in Queens, who just prints money basically. So Tyler O'Neill, like I said, who knows? We'll see. I want to talk about Willy Adames because it's rumored. I don't know if it happened yet, but I'm reading if you guys don't notice, but I have a ticker down there, and it's pretty much grabbing a feed from different Twitter sources and just getting news. It's like a live news feed. But anyway, Willy Adames, he's rumored to be going to the Dodgers, which is insane. It's crazy. Like, I don't even know how they do it. Every time I look at their payroll, I'm like, how? When I look at their AAV, I'm like, how? It's how is that even possible? Look at all the people they got on their team. Are they deferring everything? Everything's getting deferred? And at some point, Major League Baseball has to say, you know what? No, you can't do that no more. We have to stop this. Because if not, they just going to have an all-star team. They found a loophole, and other teams are going to start taking advantage of that loophole too. If players are willing to defer money, teams are going to do it. And it's just going to get crazy. You're going to have, if you think it's bad now where the big market teams have like crazy rosters, it's going to get 10 times worse if everybody does what the Dodgers did. So Willy Adames, however you say his name, 32 home runs. First of all, congratulations to Willy Adames, man. That dude had a phenomenal year on a walk year too. Crazy, man. These numbers are outstanding. 32 home runs, 112 RBIs, 21 stolen bases, a 251 average, 331 on base percentage, and 793 OPS. That's like, I wish Volpe could get these kind of numbers, or even have like close to this. It's great, man. So I was thinking, what if the Yankees got him? Move Volpe to short, Willy Adames move Volpe to second, Willy Adames at shortstop. Either you leave Jazz at third base or you put him in center field. Dominguez in left, Judge in right. You know, it's looking better already. So there's options. The Yankees have a lot of options. They got a lot of plan Bs if it doesn't work out with Soto. There's a lot of things they can do. All right. A lot of things. It's a lot of pitching. Let's get into pitching because contrary to what people believe, because yes, our bullpen did good in the postseason, but man, like we're living on a prayer with our bullpen, especially with dudes like Clay Holmes and we go dumpster diving to find pitchers in the bullpen. And I like Luke Weaver, right? I like Luke Weaver. But if we can get a dude like Devin Williams or Mason Miller or Tanner Scott or someone like that, I feel like you have to do it. You got to do it. And then Luke Weaver could be the setup guy. I think Luke Weaver, he's better. He's more tailor-made as a setup. And if we could get a hard throwing freaking stud like Mason Miller, but obviously that's going to have to be in the trade market. Or if we can get someone like, let's see who else we got out here. Let me pull this up. All right. So you got Devin Williams, right? Devin Williams, I posted this on Twitter and everything. Obviously, if you haven't heard, the Brewers did not pick up his club option. So pretty much he's gonna be a free agent next year. Not in 2025, 2026, I believe. So this is the same exact situation Corbin Burnes was in with the Brewers. So and I anticipate that the Brewers are going to trade Devin Williams the same way they trade Corbin Burnes, and I think it's going to be before the season starts. They're going to trade him away to a team and try to get more players, more young players. The Orioles, we know, have a great farm, so they have the most trade capital to probably make a trade like that. But I would love the Yankees to go out and get Devin Williams. Devin Williams, besides the fact that he gave up that big home run to the Mets, to Pete Alonso and everything, he was tipping pitches. So as long as you can fix that, he's golden, man. He has the best changeup in the business, in my opinion. The dude's he's filthy, and he could throw up there in the high 90s. He's just a great closer, and I think I would take a chance on him as a rental, especially if we can extend him. Maybe they talk to his agent and say, hey, if we trade for him, can we extend him? And that way, I feel like we need a real closer. Look, Luke Weaver's, he did great. He's not a real closer. He's not a real closer. We need a real closer. We need somebody who's that's his thing. Luke, look, like I said, Luke Weaver's great, but we can't expect him to do that. This is the first time he's been the closer. Yeah, he had a good run, but we don't know what he's going to be like next year. Is that going to carry over? Is the league going to catch on to him? I think he'd be nice as a setup man, middle relief, especially as a setup, so that we can have a 1-2 punch. Let's have a good setup guy like Luke Weaver who could give you 2 innings, he can give you 6 outs, and then you have a straight bona fide closer. And that's the winning formula. That's how we did it in the dynasty days in the late 90s. And that's how the Yankees should do it now. The recipe has not changed. The blueprint has not changed. You get yourself a Mariano Rivera and a John Wetland. And in this case, a Luke Weaver and a guy like Devin Williams. You know, Clay Holmes could kick rocks, bro. Even though I could see the Yankees bringing him back. Or go trade for Mason Miller. We have to make some trades. We got to make some trades this offseason. It has to happen. I don't want to see Cashman sitting on his hands, being scared to pull the trigger. Just pull the trigger, dude. What do you got to lose at this point? We're the laughing stock of baseball. So let me know who you would like. We got Tanner Scott there too. But I'd rather have Devin Williams or Mason Miller. The thing with them, I think Mason Miller has more years of control. Devin Williams, that's a rental. So if you trade for him, you got to try to extend him immediately. And he's going to want Josh Hader money. So it's going to be a lot. Not a lot of teams want to put that kind of money into their bullpen. Let's get into some of these comments real quick. Alrighty then. What we got here? Okay. JJ says Bellinger opted out. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of Scott Boras clients are opting out. A lot of them, because of the everything that happened last year with all his clients, they signed these short-term deals. They signed these deals, but they had a lot of options in there, and that's what they're doing. They're opting out. I think the only one who's not opting out is Jordan Montgomery, and that's because he pitched like ass last year. So the Diamondbacks pretty much stuck with him. But Blake Snell opted out of his contract. Yeah. Krista Flash says Mason Miller would be nice. Man, if we could get Mason Miller, that'd be crazy. That's big time right there. That's big time. That's the Yankees, how the Yankees need to operate. They need to look at the Dodgers, look at the Padres. Maybe not so much the Mets anymore, depending on what they do this year. But look how they operate, and they go for it, man. Either you're all in or you're not. That's my whole thing, that we always wishy-washy. We're in between. Like, what are we doing? Either we're all in or we're not. And if we're not, then tear it all down and let's rebuild. You can't be in the middle. Like we're tired of this. They put a roster together. They're just trying to get 92 wins per season. You know, the goal is not to make it. The goal is to win it. And that's we need to get the Yankees. We need to get that culture back into the Yankees organization because it's not like that anymore. For this comment. Yeah, so those are a lot of potential pitching targets. I mean, so let's talk about the starting pitching. All right. Obviously, Cole's coming back. Then you got Carlos Rodon, who's you know, I mean, flip a coin. He's a flip of a coin, literally. Who knows what you're going to get when he's out there on the hill. And then you got Clark Schmidt, Luis Hill, and Stroman. Stroman, after what happened this postseason, they didn't even pitch him at all. I have no idea why he's on the roster. I have no idea why they signed him. And if you're gonna pay a man $18.5 million and not play him in the postseason, that says a lot. That says a lot, man. However they feel about him, whatever they think he's not up to the task or whatever it is, then they should have known that before they signed him. That's a lot of money tied into someone who's A, either not producing or B, not even playing at all. And that's the problem with the Yankees. I'm not saying that Marcus Stroman was a bad signing, but they're saying that when they don't play him, they're saying that it was a bad signing. Plain and simple. What will it take to get Paul Skeens? It's gonna take a lot that the Yankees don't have. I don't think the Pirates are gonna do it. I think the Pirates are actually gonna try to put a better team out there in hopes of keeping Paul Skeens there for a while. Because that dude's he's a phenom. He's really good. He could be the best pitcher in the major leagues at some point with his stuff. Look at his rookie year. He just started. So it's going to take a lot. And I don't think the Yankees are going to part ways with their whole farm and even look, put it this way. To get Skeens, you're giving up Dominguez automatically. You're going to give up Spencer. You got to give up pitchers too. You know, obviously, you're going to give up maybe a Schmidt. It's just going to be too much. It's too much. I think a dude like Paul Skeens, if he ever comes to New York, it'll be when he's a free agent and you sign him. That's what I think. Laughing has a kidney, a liver, and your two firstborns. Yeah, that's what it's going to take to get Paul Skeens. It's going to take your right arm, an arm and a leg, and your firstborn. That's what it's going to take. I don't know if my graphics are not working properly right now. But bear with me. Bear with me. So we got that. Who else starting pitchers out there? Let's look at Corbin Burnes. Corbin Burnes is a stud, man. Absolute stud. I think he stays with the Orioles, though. I think that the new ownership, they're not going to let him leave. I don't see him leaving. But Corbin Burnes had a 2.92 ERA. Really? I thought his ERA was lower than that. He pitched 194 innings, 181 strikeouts, so almost a strikeout per inning, 48 walks, 22 home runs given up, and his whip is 1.10. And if you don't know what whip, I believe whip is walks plus hits divided by innings pitched or something like that. So the higher your whip is better, and the lower is worse, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in there. So you got Corbin Burnes out there. I know JJ wants Corbin Burnes bad. JJ is willing to give up a kidney for Corbin Burnes. Right, JJ? JJ said, man, give up the kidney. Get that man at all costs. At all costs. But more than even, like, there's some pitchers out there that we can get on the trade market. Some pitchers out there. We're going to have to trade a lot of prospects but you got Garrett Crochet out there, and they're going to deal him. They're going to deal him this year, and I think the Yankees need to be in on that. And look, Cashman needs to stop being scared. Look, after this year, after this postseason is this embarrassment, bro, do it, man. Deplete the farm system. I don't care. That's my opinion. A lot of people might say, no, look, I'm trying to win now. Let's worry about 10 years from now. 10 years from now. How about we win one first? Let's win one. Let's win one. And then we'll worry about that after. Can we do that? Can we agree on that, Yankee fans? Because this is getting out of control. You got Garrett Crochet out there, who's an absolute stud. I mean, the dude's good. He's good. And they're going to deal him. They are going to deal him. And it's up to the Yankees if we want him. Are we willing to part ways with some of these prospects? I know last year when they traded Dylan Cease, they wanted Spencer Jones in there. And the Yankees weren't willing to give up Spencer Jones for Dylan Cease. And look what he did. He went and pitched a no-hitter with the Padres. We can't be scared. Sometimes you just got to go for it. Either go for it or don't. But don't put no mediocre, half-ass product on the field and expect your fan base to be happy about it, especially after last year, especially after last season. It's terrible. The last 2 seasons, the last 3 seasons, especially after the last 3 seasons. Look, the last 3 seasons, we got swept by the Astros in the ALCS. Then we didn't even make the postseason. And then we got embarrassed by the Dodgers in the World Series. Come on. Something's got to give. Enough is enough. Make it happen. Make it happen or don't, and tear it down. But when you tear it down, you got to get rid of everybody. Cashman, got to get rid of Boone, all of that. But at least we have something to look forward to. And to be honest, like I don't have confidence that the Yankees will do it. I don't have confidence that they even care. That's the crazy part. I really don't think they even care. In their eyes, they're like, we're good. We're making money hand over fist. And that's the problem. That's the problem right there. All right, so that's Corbin Burnes. Then you got Blake Snell, obviously. Let me know who you guys want in the comments. Let me know what you think. Who you think we should add to the rotation, if we add anything to the rotation. See, the thing is that the Yankees are pretty handicapped right now, unless Hal's willing to spend money. If he's not willing to spend money, then we could talk about all these players who we blew in the face. But how are we gonna get them? Especially if we sign Soto. If we sign Soto, I was trying to do the math earlier, but it gets complicating. If we sign Soto, I think if Hal signs Soto, that's it. He's done. They might go into the bargain bin and find some freaking J.D. Davis type players, and that's not good enough. That's not gonna satisfy the Yankee fan, the common Yankee fan's appetite, like myself. Yeah, I want Soto back, but that's not enough. Obviously, last year we couldn't even win like that. We need something, and then if Soto walks, let's say, all right, hypothetically speaking, let's say that it comes out that Soto goes to the Mets or the Giants and they got outbid the Yankees. You know, some team outbid the Yankees by like $5 million or whatever. We're gonna be pissed. And if they don't get Soto, they better get some guys out there, some real studs out there. Because I tell you this much, I'm gonna be pissed because it's embarrassing at this point. And like I said last year, it's the worst time to be a Yankee fan in my lifetime. And I grew up in the early 90s Don Mattingly era. And it's even worse than that. At least then you're expected to lose. This is worse. Blake Snell, you got Max Fried. Max Fried's I think the starting pitching in this free agency class is pretty good. It's the best I've seen in quite some time. You got Corbin Burnes, Blake Snell. Who else you got up in here? Corbin Burnes, Blake Snell. And then they got some other pitchers like they got some other pitchers, but these are the top guys pretty much. These are the top guys. And then there's a lot of pitchers that are available for trade. You got people available for trade. Chris says, I want either Burnes or Crochet or Max. Yeah. I want them too, but I don't know if they're gonna do that. I don't know if they're gonna do any of them. Corbin Burnes, especially once they bring back Cole, I was like, Corbin Burnes is out the picture. He's out the picture, guaranteed. The only one out of all of these that I can see them getting is Garrett Crochet, because you got to trade for him. The Yankees are penny pinching right now. They got a big pot set aside, and that's for Juan Soto. That's for Juan Soto. So they penny pitching. I think as far as pitchers go, I think we got to go in the trade market and trade for these pitchers and stop being scared. You're going to have to let go of some of these prospects. And I know a lot of people are going to get mad, and I can see it right now in the comments and everything. Oh, you're an idiot. Spencer Jones is the next Aaron Judge. Look, he has the same swing as Aaron Judge. That's all nonsense. Oh, man. That's another thing. We got to stop doing that. We did that with Volpe. Oh, he's the next Derek Jeter and all this. Look, prospects are suspects. All of them. All of them. I don't care who it is. Until they make it up here and prove themselves, it don't mean nothing. You know how many first-round draft picks? You know how many first-round draft picks turn out to be duds? There's a lot of them. Believe me. You just don't know. So I feel like if you get a chance to get a player like that, especially if you're really, truly trying to win, you got to make the move. You got to pull the trigger. You have to pull the trigger. You might regret it later on. But look, if you're trying to win now, you got to do it. You got to do it. I'm going to just go on to the next topic. Oh, 1 second, guys. Ooh. Yeah, they got to do it. But the lines are open right now. If you guys want to call in, they're open. If not, just leave a comment and let's talk about this. JJ says no Blake Snell. He is another Carlos Rodon. Good one day, bad the next. Very inconsistent. I think he's better than Carlos Rodon. I would even say that. But yeah, he's wishy-washy sometimes. Money aside, World Series aside, Soto is just so fun to watch. You're right. He is fun to watch. He makes it exciting. I think the Yankees know that. He's entertaining. Every at bat, the way he looks at the pitch, and he's like, it's fun to watch. Like my wife, who doesn't even watch that much baseball like that, she likes watching Soto. She actually likes watching the Yankees now because it's entertaining when you got Soto and Judge back to back. It's just fun to watch, especially when they're playing well. It's fun to watch, but we need to put a team around them because it makes no sense if it's just them two and that's it. You can't win that way. So they got to figure it out. They definitely have to figure it out. But I appreciate your comment, Emilio. I'm not sure if I've seen you here in the stream. If you have been here, I apologize. If not, welcome. But besides that, who else is out there? Who did I miss? Who did I miss? I know we got Christian Walker here. I keep hearing about Christian Walker. A lot of people want Christian Walker, and I don't know. What do you guys think? You think that's a move the Yankees will make if, let's say, if Soto walks? You think that's something they'll do? Is that something they will do? Let's look at Christian Walker right now. I wouldn't be mad if they got him, but I just wouldn't understand it either. He's another right-handed bat. He's a good player, but he's up there in his 30s already. I just don't see the Yankees doing it. I don't see him getting Pete Alonso too. I hope if they could get someone like Alex Bregman, I don't see it happening, but that'd be nice. Or Willy Adames, move Volpe to second. That's a possibility. They got to do something. They got to get creative. They can't, even if, look, we all want Soto back, but even, let me ask you guys this, and you can answer in the comments. If they re-sign Soto and do nothing else, will you be satisfied? Will you be happy? I wouldn't be happy. And I'm not saying don't sign Soto. What I am saying is I wouldn't be happy if they just signed Soto and did nothing else. In fact, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed. I will be pissed. What do you guys think? Let's look at some of these comments real quick. JJ says Soto wants $800 million. $800 million. Is he $800 million? JJ, wait, where'd you get this $800 million from, bro? We all want $800 million. Doesn't mean you're gonna get it though. He ain't getting no $800 million. That's unless he plays till he's 60. Not happening. JJ says Ben Rice will do just fine as first baseman. Honestly, I like Ben Rice. I think they should give him a chance. I don't know. I see something in this kid that it feels special. It feels like he could become something if they give him the Volpe treatment. But they got to give him the Volpe treatment. Give him a good, at least half a season. Give him half a season to figure it out. I'd have him right now, fielding ground balls and practicing playing first base. The same thing with Dominguez. Right now, he better be shagging some fly balls somewhere for next season. Because it's their turn if they want it. It's their turn. That's why the Yankees, they had him. Well, Dominguez, obviously, he was on the postseason roster, but Ben Rice was there with the team the whole World Series, the whole postseason. So he's there watching this the same way Jeter and Posada and I think Pettit were there in 1995 with the Yankees when they lost to the Mariners. Ben Rice is there. A lot of these other young kids was traveling with the team and in the dugout. I'm hoping that ignites something in them and just lights a fire under them that they come out here and perform. But you got to give them a chance. You can't play them one day and then sit them down for a week and then play them again. Especially these young prospects. They need time to develop because in the minor leagues, they play every day. Then they come up to the big leagues and they see one at bat a week. It's just not right. You got to commit. They did it for Volpe. You got to commit to some of these guys. If you truly believe in them, commit to them. If you truly believe in Jason Dominguez, play him. Play him. Yeah, he might make some errors. Let's see what happens. Give him at least half a season. Then if it's continuing, you'll be like, you know what? We got to do something about this. But you got to give him time. You can't play him once a week. That's not going to cut it. Fool says Soto is a liability. Why you say that? A liability on what? I tell you this. Look, it's crazy because almost every player, I was thinking about this earlier, in the World Series, every player with the exception of maybe Jazz and Verdugo, and even them, every player, defensive player on the Yankees made a crucial blunder defensively. Everyone. Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, Rizzo, Wells, Torres, freaking Volpe. They all made it, and I can name them all because I thought about this earlier. In game one, Kike hits a line drive to right field. Soto misreads the ball and misplays it. What should have been a double turned to a triple. Runner scores. That cost us. Right? That run turned out to be huge. So Soto made a defensive blunder, big one. Gleyber Torres, instead of, fielding the ball properly and getting in front of it, on a throw from the outfield, he tries to kind of just backhand scoop it lazy, and it gets away from him. What should have been a double from Ohtani turns into a triple. Ohtani scores the tying run. He scores the tying run in game one as Gleyber. Judge, obviously, he dropped the ball. Rizzo, obviously, he should have charged the ball. Some people say yes, some people say no, but in my opinion, it's both their fault. But I don't think Cole would have beat out Mookie to the bag. So I think that was Rizzo's play. He has to make that. So you got Rizzo there. Volpe, bad throw to third base. And that's it. So each one, 1 through 9, literally 1 through 9, had a big key defensive freaking error. Maybe they didn't score the error, whether it was a mental error or a physical error, whatever you want to call it, they messed up in big parts, every single one. And that's saying something right there. Not one play is clean. Not one. with the exception of I think Verdugo might be the only one. Might be the only one. And that's it. Think about it. Let's move on with the comments. Soto should be DH because his defense is awful. Yeah, his defense is awful, but my guy. And it's not that bad. Oh, he's not that bad. Come on. He's not that bad. He shouldn't be a DH. But look at his numbers, fool. Let's look at. Is this DH? I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. I don't have his defensive numbers up there, but if you're saying this guy's not worth the money because his defense, you're crazy because his defense is really good. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. I'll take that back. He's good. He passes. Put it that way. He's a C student. You know what they say? C's get degrees. So he barely makes it, but he makes it. What else we got here? Go ahead. Yeah, I don't agree. Soto's not going to be no DH. And put it this way, Soto's whoever he signs with, he owns that team at that point. He's going to have a lot of say-so on whatever that team does. And if he wants to bat DH one day, guess what? He's going to be DH. If he says, I want to bat third, he's going to bat third. If he wants to bat fourth, he's going to bat fourth. And he's earned that right. He's earned the right to do that. Juan Soto will be another Albert Pujols. Look, Albert Pujols had a great career. Great. Maybe towards the tail end, he wasn't the same player. Well, he has 700 home runs, guy. Like, if you can get that, if Juan Soto stays with the Yankees and he could get to that, he could be the next Albert Pujols for the Yankees. I'll take that. I'll take it. Because we paying him for the next few years, right? He's going to be good to at least he's 30-something. Maybe at the end of his contract, he's not going to be the same Juan Soto. Because Father Time is undefeated, right? Father Time and the internet are the only two undefeated things. But at that point, you got 10 solid years out of him. It's worth it. It's worth it if at the last 4 years he doesn't perform. That's okay. We got 10 solid years out of you. And in 14 years or whatever it is, whatever we paying him, this contract is, that's going to seem like nothing. Because of inflation and everything. The prices are always going to get higher. So we're going to, 15 years from now, we're going to look back at whatever Soto's AAV is, it's going to be laughable compared to what the players 15 years from now are going to be making. I think it's a good move, but you can't be cheap either. And I think the Major League Baseball, they need to raise the luxury tax thresholds too, because it's getting crazy right now. Getting crazy with the amount of money that these players are asking for. He said, I think they should bring Josh Donaldson back. Bro, you trolling, man. They never bring if they bring Josh Donaldson back, dude. I'll tell you right now, man, people will boycott. He's never coming back. And I'm happy. We're done paying him. We gave him his $50 million. Get the hell out of here. Give him another chance. Hell no, Josh Donaldson is washed up, guy. We didn't know what to do with Jabba Chamberlain. With stupid Jabba rules, we ruined his career. Yeah, man, you're going way back. I mean, that's a long time ago. But he had some good moments with the Yankees, and in my eyes, I will always love him too. He's a great pitcher. Yeah, Foucault, he's a Dodgers fan, but he's good. No, I appreciate him. He's actually very helpful. You know, he'll let me know if like my sounds messed up, if it's echoing, if the camera freezes. He's the first one to let me know, bro, you frozen. So I can fix it. Because a lot of times I'm trying to produce everything, think about stuff. So there's a lot going on right here. If I show you behind the scenes, I got a lot going on. So it's hard for me to process everything at the same time. But Foucault, I hope I'm saying that right. He'll let me know, like, bro, you sound good, or the audio's bad, or he'll let me know, and I appreciate it. And you're welcome here anytime. And troll, man, because you funny. At least be funny about it. That's my whole thing. I like a good joke, but be funny. Don't just say shit. At least be funny about it. So if you're just joining the show, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the channel. You know, if you want to go back to the beginning, we talk about all the Yankees news, the stuff with Garrett Cole, Juan Soto's qualifying offer, Torres not receiving a qualifying offer. We get into some free agents on the market, what the Yankees should do, how they're going to fill in the holes. We talk about Joe Kelly talking smack. You know what? We'll play it one more time. Let's hear Joe Kelly talk shit. Joe Kelly Fight Club. Where we at, Joe Kelly? Hold on, let me put this up here. I got to get Joe Kelly back on the show. He be talking crazy, brother. He's talking crazy out here. I think Giancarlo should snuff him.
Like, we had a playoff re-ranking. Like, they might be ranked 8th or 9th best playoff team. You know what I mean? Like, you're putting the Padres ahead of them. You're putting the Phillies ahead of them. You're putting the Mets ahead of them. You're putting the Braves ahead of them, and the Braves just got unlucky because they had to play that doubleheader. You're putting, I mean, the Guardians played like crap, but the Guardians played better baseball around. Like, it was just a complete mismatch, and it's kind of the same feeling from 2018 when we had to go play the Dodgers. Like, the Red Sox were just a way better team. So all we knew is that we just had to play regular Dodger baseball. We didn't have to play out of our butts. We didn't have to do anything crazy, and we were going to win the World Series. It's facts. Like, just look at the team, look at the talent.
That's crazy.
We ranked the teams, and they're ranked 8th, and they played against the number 1 seed. So, but like I said, everyone knew. I mean, we pay attention to every single detail. You know, we have a lot of big.
Man, I want to pause it right there because what he said there, our superstars care and they're not lazy. Like, bro, what are you trying to say? I feel like he's taking a jab at, obviously he's taking a jab at Soto. He's taking a jab at Judge, because those are superstars. Maybe Giancarlo, but Giancarlo ain't lazy. He just really can't run like that. So that's interesting to see how that plays out. If I mean, they're gonna run into each other. The Judge is such a nice guy. I don't think he's gonna say anything. But Soto definitely might give him some looks. Like, bro, what you trying to say? Let me know what you guys think about Joe Kelly's comments. Let's play it one more time. Let's let it loop
so
here.
That's the difference and the biggest separator. It was just a mismatch from the get-go. Like, we had a playoff re-ranking. Like, they might be ranked 8th or 9th best playoff team. You know what I mean? Like, you're putting the Padres ahead of them. You're putting the Phillies ahead of them. You're putting the Mets ahead of them. You're putting the Braves ahead of them, and the Braves just got unlucky because they had to play that doubleheader. You're putting, I mean, the Guardians played like crap, but the Guardians played better baseball around. Like, it was just a complete mismatch, and it's kind of the same feeling from 2018 when we had to go play the Dodgers. Like, the Red Sox were just a way better team. So all we knew is that we just had to play regular Dodger baseball. We didn't have to play out of our butts. We didn't have to do anything crazy, and we were going to win the World Series. It's facts. Like, just look at the team, look at the talent. Re-rank the teams, and they're ranked 8th. And
yeah, be humble, my guy. I think that's crazy. The crazy talking shit that he's doing. Let's get some of this. Emilio, he says, I'm a new viewer. Man, happy to be here. By the way, what do you think about Jazz? I love Jazz. I know a lot of people like, oh, why you say that? You shouldn't have said that. You know, he never said nothing like Joe Kelly saying or anything like that. He didn't say it to that extent. I think Jazz is misunderstood. He seems like a really cool dude, and I like him on the team. He shows that he's willing to play anywhere, and he did a good job at third. Obviously, he's playing out of position. I think if he had more time at it, he would master third base. He's a good athlete, and he's shown that he can, at times, he can really, really, I'm not going to say carry the team, but he could come through huge in certain spots. I'm glad with Jazz, and we need to spicing it up. The Yankees are so bland. We're so plain. Like, Come on, let's get some guys with swag in there. At the same time, we need to play baseball the right way. So a lot of times, Jazz, sometimes that swag turns into complacency, and that's where the problem is. So you got to have a good balance. Yeah, you can have swag, but you got to do all the little things still. You got to be on the right spot. You got to, I don't care this is what I tell like younger kids. They're like, well, I'm playing left field. They hit the ball to right field. It doesn't matter. Everybody's supposed to move to a certain place. Everybody has a job to do. Even if the ball is on the completely entire other side of the field from you, you have a job to be somewhere at that point. And you got to do it. You got to do it. And the Yankees don't do it. And it's hurting us. We don't do those little things. So we got, what's that? Hour and 20 minutes. So Joe Kelly talks out his face. Let's see what happens with that. Go back. I'm trying to pull up a graphic I had here, but I don't know what I did with it. Give me 1 second, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen. Is it this one here? Okay. Yeah, I think it's this. All right, so I was thinking, right, for instance, let's say we don't sign we don't sign Soto. Let's say we don't sign Soto. That leaves a lot of money out there that we can use. I think this would be awesome right here. We could go ahead and get Bregman. Go ahead and get Willy Adames, even though he's most likely going to the Dodgers from what I hear, if he hasn't signed already. Move Volpe over to second. Go ahead and get Christian Walker. Or we can take him out and put Ben Rice there, but it'd be nice to have somebody there with experience. Wells is catcher. I'm not mad at this lineup right here either. I could live with this. I could live it. Obviously, it'd be a lot better with Soto out there, but this is not bad either. Not bad at all. I had another one there, but I can't pull it up right now. So we'll just go ahead and put that away. Bring this back up. Go back to the comments. Fool says, no, JJ, why you say that? Oh, you guys having a conversation in there? Nah, it's all right, man. Keep trolling, dude. I enjoy it. It's funny. I like it. I likes it. So what else we got out there? Who else should we get? Let me know. Who else the Yankees need to go pick up? Or at least take a look at. What about Ha-Seong Kim? What you think about Ha-Seong Kim? His numbers have really gone down too. This is 24 stats, 11 home runs, 47 RBIs. I should have looked at how many games he played because he got 22 stolen bases. So I guess but if we get a shortstop, we're going to have to move Volpe to second. And I don't see the Yankees doing that at all. They're not going to do it. They are not going to do it. Pete Alonso, third base. You want Pete Alonso as your third baseman? That's funny as hell, man. Look at Pete Alonso. I think you meant first base, right? Or are you trolling third baseman? Look, Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso is like a first baseman / DH. He's gonna need some time in the DH, and we have Stanton there, obviously. But look, I wouldn't be mad if the Yankees got him. I would not be mad, but I just don't expect it to happen. I couldn't see him as a Yankee. I just couldn't. And the way I'm not gonna say he let the pressure get to him this season. But this was a walk year, and he did not do what he was supposed to do in the walk year. He took a bet on himself, and it did not pay off. It did not. Now I hear what you're saying, Danny boy. First baseman, obviously. It was like third baseman. You guys, man, we going crazy now. But look, if the Yankees get Pete Alonso, I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it at all. But that's not gonna replace Juan Soto at all. Like you can't replace Juan Soto. I don't care how many players you put together. You say, oh, we're gonna get 3 players to match up Juan Soto's numbers. No, it don't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You get all that production from one person. Pete Alonso, would you rather have Pete Alonso or Christian Walker? Who would you rather have? This is Christian Walker's numbers. They're both right-handed. I think they're both around the same age too. For Christian Walker, obviously the home runs are not as much as Pete Alonso. RBIs are just about the same. Stolen bases the same. The average is just about the same. This is like I'm looking at the same player. I do think Pete Alonso has more upside. Way more upside. And we've seen it before, but the numbers are almost exactly the same. I think the Yankees should. I think it's time to maybe give Ben Rice a chance. Let's see what he can do. I think he can. Obviously, he's probably not going to give you Pete Alonso numbers, but I think he can do good, and we can spend that money and go get something else if we don't get Soto, and maybe go ahead and get an Alex Bregman or another big person. We were talking about Anthony Santander. I'm not sure. No matter what, if we lose out on Soto, it's going to be hard to fill that void. It's going to be hard to fill that void. I'm looking at all these. These are probably the top free agents. Let's go through them. Let's look at Juan Soto's numbers. And look at that OBP. Now, I haven't even shown everything. I didn't show his walks and all that stuff. Look at that, right? Now, you're talking about getting Pete Alonso to supplement Juan Soto. Look at the numbers. Doesn't even compare. Christian Walker. Doesn't even compare. Alex Bregman. Doesn't even compare. Bregman got the experience and he is clutch. But I think a lot of that too, because they got that wall over there at Minute Maid Park, man. And that wall is nice for a right-hander. Anthony Santander. The home runs are nice, right? Got a nice OPS. Not Soto type OPS, but a nice one. But look at his average, 235. Santander is good though. He's a good player. But that is not Juan Soto, dude. At all. That's why when people say he's not worth the money, maybe he's not worth 700 million. I don't think he's going to get that far, but when we're talking about 550, 600 million for 14, 15 years, I think you got to give it to him. You got to. You have to. Who knows when another player like that is going to come along at the age of 26. It might never happen, especially nowadays with the way the system works. A lot of these players, they instead of, like, put it this way, college baseball is now the minor leagues. It's pretty much the minor leagues for the minor leagues. The Major League Baseball, these owners, they did away with a lot of these affiliate teams. So now it's hard to get drafted out of high school. So you're not getting guys that are really young like that unless you get them from overseas. Most players getting drafted are coming Alrighty. My internet went out, guys. I apologize. Over here. Okay. That was crazy. It's like a storm happening outside. My internet's been going in and out. I don't even know if I'm live right now. Let me double check really quick. Okay. Oh no, it's frozen. Let's see if we could fix this somehow. I'm back. All right. This looks frozen on my end. My internet went out. Man, the internet's been going in and out all day because it's been raining like crazy outside and storming. I can't hear shit though. Oh well, where were we? And I can't see anything. You guys can see me? You can hear me? Oh yeah, okay, there we are. Bro. Yeah, I apologize about that. I'm getting better, guys. I'm trying. Bear with me. Let's go back to these comments real quick. That thing messed up my groove. I'll take that out. Take this out. All right, Soto took the limelight away from Judge. He was the Yankees' face before Soto showed up and somehow overshadowed Judge. Did that affect Judge and his poor playoffs? I don't think so. I think look, they played 162 games together. All that if it was gonna affect them, it would have affected them in the postseason, in the regular season. Excuse me. I'm not gonna lie. Before the season started, I thought about that. Like maybe that could be an issue, but it was not. That is not the case with Soto and Judge at all. I think I think they're really cool with each other and they like playing with each other. I really think they do. And Soto understands that Judge behind him is going to give him a lot of pitches to hit, and Judge understands that with Soto in front of him, he's going to get a lot of base runners for him to drive in. That's why both of them put up career numbers this year. The best numbers they've had their whole career, both of them. And that's not by coincidence. It's not at all. So I think Soto has to come back because him and Judge it's perfect together. It's like peanut butter and jelly right there. You can't just have Soto's the jelly and Judge is the peanut butter. You can't just have a peanut butter sandwich, man. You gotta have both. I guess. I don't know what I'm talking about. Wish I had some Judge stats up here to put. Emilio says, I think Judge just couldn't handle the pressure. Unfortunately, yeah. I think he just got it just snowballed with him. It just got bigger and bigger. Because if you remember the last game of the season, Judge went 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts. So that slump was already coming in. It just came at the worst time. And then he started pressing and it just got worse. The pressure started building. It got worse. The sad thing is that we'll never know what could have been. Because in Game 5 of the World Series, it looked like he was out of it. It looked like he was out of it. His at-bats looked way better Game 4, Game 5. He stopped swinging at the bullshit they were throwing him. He hit that home run. But then he drops the ball. And I really think that if there would have been a Game 6, I think Judge would have went off. I think he figured it out. It was just too little too late. It's unfortunate, man, because Judge has become a meme. I don't know if you guys been seeing all the memes about him out there, but he's a meme now, and he's gonna always be known as a choke until he comes through in the postseason. I don't know if you was here yesterday, Emilio. I was talking about how I was at my son's baseball game, and every time somebody dropped the ball, every time somebody dropped a fly ball or pop up, they chant Aaron Judge, and I was like, damn. Honestly, it made me sad. I was like, ain't this something, man? This dude turned into a meme. And he's such a great player. It's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I can't see a thing. I need my glasses. I put them. Danny boy, what's up, brother? It was their first time being in the World Series. It was a learning experience. Most of the guys have never been in one besides Soto and Rizzo. You're absolutely right, Danny. Unfortunately, though, there's no guarantee that they'll ever see another World Series. So you got to perform. You just have to. You have to. I think we'll be back. We'll make it back. The sad thing is that the Dodgers are only going to get better. They're about to sign Willy Adames. Whatever they're doing over there is working. And they rigged the system. That's how I feel. Like they rigged it. All that deferred money and everything is just, how can you compete? And then they got the greatest weather ever in LA, so. Rizzo messed up big time, though, with 2 outs or 5-0. Yep. When I look back at it, and you know, look, I was watching, I don't know if it was not Talking Yanks, but Jake from Talking Yanks, he has his own podcast, whatever, and he brought up a huge point that I didn't even notice, that I had to go back and really watch it. That in the first inning, Mookie Betts hit the same type of ball. He hit a little squibbler, a little cue ball straight to Rizzo. The same play, almost exactly the same. And Rizzo charges it and gets the out. He gets the out at first himself in the first inning. Come fifth inning, the same exact play, almost to a T. Like if you put them side by side, it's almost the same. Same kind of ball hit to Rizzo again by the same person, Mookie Betts. And this time Rizzo doesn't charge the ball. It's just lazy. And you can say whatever you want. Yeah, Cole is supposed to cover the bag. You're right. But when I look back at the play, Cole was not going to beat Mookie Betts to the bag. It wasn't going to happen. Even if he does run to the bag, he wasn't beating Mookie to the bag. Don't you get it? He wasn't beating Mookie to the bag. It doesn't matter. I think Rizzo was supposed to make that play. And another thing too is if you've been watching Cole for as long as most of us have, you know that situations like that, he gets rattled. And I'm not gonna say rattled, like he gets frustrated. Put it that way, not rattled. He gets frustrated and you can tell, and it starts bothering him. And I think that has something to do with it too. Like his emotions are running. He just witnessed his defense make 2 terrible plays. He got 2 strikeouts. He struck out arguably the best baseball player on the planet. And then for a squibbler, which they were supposed to get him out the inning, it's just sad, man. It's unfortunate. We went out like suckers, though. I'm not going to lie. And like I said, it's crazy because remember when we started the season with the Verdugo, with dogs, with dogs. We started off as dogs and we went out as dogs. That's how I see it. Pisses me off, to be honest. AJ says Juan Soto won't be happy for less than $1 billion. Bro, JJ, you keep raising the price. What is it? You started with 6, you went to 7, then you said 8. He wants 800 million. Now you're saying he won't be happy with less than $1 billion. He will still not be happy. He is too greedy with 0 team loyalty. Dude. Look, you got to put yourself in his shoes, JJ. This dude comes from nothing. Let me tell you something. Have you ever been to the Dominican Republic, where he's from? These dudes have none. He came from nothing. That money right there could change his great grandkids' lives, his cousins, his 5th cousin's grandkids' life. Like this is wealth that unheard of. That he might be the only person ever in all the generations of Sotos to ever get a chance to make that kind of money. He has to go for the money. You got to get paid. You got to get paid, and the players' union doesn't want him taking a pay cut either. If he takes a pay cut, then that sets a precedent for the next guy. Now the next guy's gonna have to take a pay cut. So that's how it is. The players are trying to get the money from the owners, and the owners are trying to keep the money from the players. So not only is he doing it for himself and his family, he's doing it also for all the players coming up behind him, so everybody could get paid. Rizzo was like 5 feet away from tagging first base. Damn. Man, I don't even want to talk about it because it gets me upset. It feels almost like it didn't happen. Like I keep checking. Like, did that really happen? I'm hoping it didn't. I'm hoping I wake up from this bad dream. And it was all a bad dream and that never happened, but it did. And look, season's over. Time to move on. We got to think about next year. We got to get there next year. Oh, you lost me again? What the hell? Can you hear me? Yeah, the internet is going bad. I think I'm going to end the stream on that one right there. I'm not sure. Let me know if you hear me. If not, I'm just going to end the stream because there's a big storm going on outside and $720 million has to be more than Ohtani. Yeah, 720 million is more than Ohtani. He's not getting that much. They won't let it get that high. Yeah, again, I apologize for the intermittent connection. It's just we got a storm going on outside, and AT&T shit the bed apparently. Let me see. Yeah, it's still raining out there. It's the JJ troll. JJ started off with he wants 600 million. He's greedy. Then it went to 7. Then it went to 8. Now it's at $1 billion. Like, man. Oh yeah, Foucault. I don't know. Some people are saying that they're having issues. I know that when I froze earlier, that was my internet's been going in and out the whole day. The internet and the power, like everything just blinked in my house. Like it turned off and turned back on. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, 720 million is more than Ohtani. Ohtani got $700 million with 680 million of that being deferred that he will get paid after the 10 years that after he finishes playing with the Dodgers for 10 years, they're going to give him the rest of the 68 million. And then he also accrues interest. But the interest that he gets, which was agreed upon between the owners and the players union when they did the latest CBA, I think it was. But anyway, the interest that he gets is not even as much as inflation, so he's actually losing money. He's actually losing money on that 680 million that's deferred. And the reason is because the 680 million in 10 years from now, it won't have the same purchasing power that it has today, like present day value. So I don't know. It's the way they structured that deal. I felt like they rigged it, man. They rigged it. What else we got out there? Let's look at the news. If you haven't noticed, I have a ticker down there. And join the Discord if you don't mind. I'm working on there. I'm trying to get some stuff together, get a little group together. That way we can talk more, even offline when I'm not streaming. Maybe I'm going to stream some like Yankee content, maybe some old documentaries or some old games in there we could watch together. I have a channel that's dedicated to news feeds. It's following specific Twitter pages and stuff like that for news. And it's a little delayed, but it's not bad. And that's what we have down there. If you look at the ticker down there. And also like, comment, and subscribe, man, if you don't mind. I appreciate it. On YouTube, what you talking about? No, the stream. I want to do like watch along stuff on the Discord. If you look in the description, there should be a Discord link there. And I plan on we can even watch movies, maybe once a week. Maybe watch old documentaries. We can watch old games, whatever it is. When I'm gonna start doing I'm doing Dodger content right now. But it's not the type you're gonna like. It's the type that I'm gonna be talking shit about Joe Kelly. We're gonna start Joe Kelly Fight Club again. That dude needs to get his ass beat. Now, but I wanna, like I told you, I don't want to put this channel just all about Yankees. I want to do other stuff. I want to talk about other teams, just baseball in general. And I also want to maybe do other like reactions to, I don't know, different videos, not just about baseball. I don't want to put it in a box. I know that's what people say your channel needs to be about a specific niche. I don't care about that. I'm going to do whatever I want, to be honest. I don't care. I would like for it to grow and get subscribers and all that, but at the same time, I don't care either. Like, I don't make no money off of this. I don't do nothing. If one day I can make money, that'd be nice. And I'll put all of that back into the production of this. I don't care about that stuff. I'm just trying to have fun. Yeah, baseball in general is a good idea. Yeah, I want to do that, but I also want to do other stuff, not just baseball. And I got a lot of stories too, man. Maybe when I do something just speaking about life, and I don't know, I got a lot of stories, man. Like I said, I was in the military for a while. I don't know. I just want to talk shit to somebody, to be honest. But yeah, check out the Discord. It's not built up yet. It's a work in progress, but it's a way that, you know, people, we could come together, chat, bullshit. When I'm not streaming on YouTube, we can do that if you like that. And also from there, I'm gonna figure out how to, you know, play movies. We can watch movies and all that stuff, man. We can even watch live TV if y'all want. Even though it's probably shouldn't say that because it's probably, I'm sure that's against copyright stuff, but it's all good. Yeah, story time, man. I got some stories, man. My time in the middle, man, I got some funny ass stories, dude. And when I was in the army, man, I met a lot of funny fucking people, man. A lot of funny dudes, man. A lot of crazy dudes and gals, man. I got some funny. Even before I joined the army, you know, anybody from New York in here? I'm from the Lower East Side, so I grew up downtown Manhattan. I don't know. I'm not gonna say like I had a crazy life for them, but I had an interesting life. Like I grew up downtown Manhattan, Lower East Side, Avenue D. If you know it, then you know. I dropped out of school in like the 9th grade. Ended up getting my GED, joined the army, was there for 9/11. Found myself in Iraq. You know, was in the military for a while, 10 years. Been stationed many different places. Got out the military, and now I'm here. Now I'm here with you guys. Give us a teaser. A teaser of man. Most of my story, I seen some stuff, man, but most of my experiences in the army is like looking back at it now, it was good times. I'll do it again, but I had some miserable times too, man. Like basic training. I remember going to basic training in Fort Knox. This, man, it's just funny because you meet dudes from everywhere, people from all over the place, and you got some characters in there. Man, some funny ass dudes, man. I mean, and I wasn't at the World Trade. I was in the city on 9/11. I remember when everything happened. Like I said, if you're from New York City, I grew up Lower East Side, so it's not too far from World Trade Center. Real Chief, I appreciate it, man. But yeah, and if anybody, if you ever interested, if you look, I'm not saying if you need somebody, if you thinking about joining the military or you have somebody, if you want to reach out to me, and because I wish when I did it, I wish I had that. I didn't have nobody, I didn't know anybody who was in the military or anything like that. I just knew I had to get off my block somehow. I had to do something. And that's what I did. And it was the best decision I've ever made. It got me out the projects, and I never looked back, to be honest. Never looked back. Who else is in here? We got 8 people watching. How many likes we got? Anyways, we got 7 likes. Damn, that's it. So I appreciate each and every one of them, though. I appreciate, yeah. So I want to do content like that, like something different. It's something different. Or even any kind of content, man, because there's a lot of people out there struggling. Look, I know I'm way off topic right now. It's supposed to be a Yankees channel, but I meet a lot of people that are going through issues, and I'm not gonna say I know it all, but I've been through a lot, and somebody out there has been through it, you know. So if you're going through something, I promise you, somebody been through it already. And sometimes that's what you need to hear. You need to see somebody who's been through the same thing you're going through and made it out of it, to give you encouragement, let you know that, like, bro, you just gotta weather the storm, and you're gonna get there. I'm way off topic now. Way off topic. Outfield Duke Ellis off the Major League roster and onto the roster of AAA Scranton. All right, so Duke Ellis is off the Major League roster. I'm reading the ticker right now. Garrett Cole has agreed to stay with the Yankees for a 4-year. Yeah, we know that. We know that. But anyway, guys, that's about it, man. I'm going to sign off on here. Probably jump back on maybe, say Monday, maybe Wednesday or Friday. Maybe even tomorrow, so stay tuned. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you. Stay blessed.